Shion. Shion! It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Volron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time.
Huh?
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Shion. But tell me how is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Shion, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, It will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first, but ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
they will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renis Alma on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
But that's too much. It's way too much. When this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Shionne!
Alphen?
Living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Alphen.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. We'll fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Shionne, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys...
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Shionne is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which, I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Shionne. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys... You're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone. For right now, and a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. Lenegis.
The end of the world. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I believe Shion is telling the truth. What about you?
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Shion doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Or that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy can become sentient. Let's return to when we found Shion in Pelegion. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renin would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegis. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
How you holding up?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You took a hit from those thorns again, didn't you?
Oh, that? That was nothing.
Compared to what Shion's going through, you mean? Still, even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Shion wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shion what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of killing them. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all take for granted. And it's not right.
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants. I have my own dreams, but a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it. Can't sleep?
After everything we just heard, how could I?
Fair enough.
Shion's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. That it was because she didn't want to hurt anybody by getting too close. I just figured that that was the type of person she was, you know? But it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like she had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good. But even then, she didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it made her happy, knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, I don't think she could have ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah, I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Shionne's able to do that one day too. No, I mean, I hope she's able to do that more. Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts. And forget about our grudges and pain.
Rinwell.
Did you know?
You mean about Shionne?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off, but I never could have imagined. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I couldn't even see it.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
You? But you're the one always looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time, though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge, and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her, no matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Shionne, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alphen.
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're your own man now, Law. And you've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry. I guess those of us amongst the living have enough problems to deal with, don't we? We'll need all our strength to save Shionne. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point, but I guess I'll think it over more then. That okay?
Yeah, I think it is. Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry. As much as I try to look like I have things under control, everyone still worries about me.
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was your friend?
No? When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
That's okay. It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot. I was different back then. The Dahnans were not even people to me, and I knew I would always be alone. But in that room with Deadheim, when you called me your friend, it just shattered the wall that I'd built up around me. Because until that moment, I'd only seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the blazing sword, and to obtain the Renis Alma. But after that day, one time became two, and before I knew it, you'd made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renins. You cared about us as you would any other people. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too. To think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that. I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shionne.
But then, I realized I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. After saying how I felt, and hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore. I've met too many people along the way who I truly care about to give in now. So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win, come hell or high water. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shionne. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Dahnans and Renins, can finally live in peace. But I swear I'll be there with you, until the very end.
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia? There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah, I think you may be right about that.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegis.
We've reached our destination.
You can tell it's tough just looking at it.
Yeah, it'd probably mess us up good.
So this...
He's the one who polluted the pond! Consider this payback for all those fish!
A thrilling performance. Another incantation doing it. An astral art?
That's my cue. It's raining blobs with slime. Gross.
I'll take out as many as I can.
Routine Fury! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Eternal Devastation! Rising Rider!
I don't even know the word defeat.
Eternal Turret!
Forgive me.
Stay away from my friend! We did it!
As impressive as always.
Well, I hope that was improved.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Xion actually look flustered.
Here I come!
Pride was my downfall.
I owe you one! I owe you one! Now we're not... Demon Fang! Azure Storm! Double Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Take it? What? I think I'm coming down with something grave.
A chronic inability to read the runes?
A malady your art cannot fix.
I won't give up! Now!
Sword Rain Alpha!
In a bind?
Is this it?
From beyond. It appears the end is nigh. The abyssal is
Not done yet! Pierce through! Rising Wyvern!
Don't mind if I do.
From beyond. Imbue this vanquished
Severing Wing!
soul with love. It's in your hands.
Is this it?
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss! I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss! Resuscitation!
Not done yet!
Radiant!
Here I
Let the
come!
marksman handle this!
You're mine! Strike!
Bring you back from Death's Abyss!
Devastation!
I won't give up!
You pay for that! Sonic Thrust!
Raging lunar
Double
storm.
Demon Fang! Rising Wyvern! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Our arts are being interrupted.
Not today!
Lunar storm. Benediction.
I'm not done! Dragon Swarm! Try this! Here I come! Tear!
Heal my weary.
I'm nearly done for! Azure Storm! Double Demon Fang! Destruction!
Illuminate the top!
Eternal Devastation! Rising Wyvern! Tear!
It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone! Tear!
Hold on to your arts. Here I come!
Double Demon Fang! Demon Fang! The
Don't
flame
mind if I
inside
do.
me yearns to be let free! Eternal Devastation! Rising Wyvern! Tear! Rising Phoenix!
Hear me! Flame of Fury!
Azure Storm! Double Demon!
Waterfall! Radiant Spear! Dance in the
Here
wind!
I...
Feel! I'll bring you back! Everyone still doing alright?
Never mind us. You worry about you, Rinwell.
Right! I've still got fight in me yet! Let's get you all tucked away! Air thrust! I can move! Failure's not an option!
Imbue this. I'm ready. Jolene! Hey! Blow them away! From beyond. Imbue.
This should do it! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! It's on!
I hope this medicine works as promised.
Here I come!
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss!
Double Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! I owe you one! Crush! Eternal Devastation!
Eat dirt!
No! Can't end here!
Glacial Spear!
Pierce evil! Lightning orb! Freeze Illuminate the top! Magic is there!
No further.
Holy Lance! A chain between heaven and earth. You get Not so smug now.
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
Thanks for the healing.
Watch yourself, okay?
Yeah, you too. Not in your dreams. Here's the healing art. Now.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis. You don't mess around. Here's the evil.
Certainly not.
A whirling struggle. Taking too much damage. Winds of heaven. First force. First aid.
You picked the wrong fight! No further!
I'm all
Double
fired
Demon
up.
Fang! Demon Fang!
No, not my watch.
Double Demon Fang!
Burning Shining Supernova. All right, it's showtime.
Be still!
Holy Lord.
Rising Falcon!
Force field.
Now I can let loose! Lightning
Raging
Flood!
Unicorn!
Let me Rising Wyvern!
Vanquish darkness.
Azure Storm! Demon Fang!
Demon. Hold on to your
Double
art.
Demon Fang!
Here I come.
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Resonate with the earth!
That move.
Here comes the big one!
All right.
Azure Storm! Demon Fang!
Illuminate the dark.
Azure Storm!
Not on my watch.
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Do it! Xion, astral energy, full throttle!
A flawless victory.
Rising Wyvern!
Naturally.
Force of regeneration! Regenerate! Demon Fang! Ignite! No further.
Enemy, Flame of Fury! Got it! Mega Sand!
Double Demon Fang!
A chain of Unweiling!
Kick it!
Lightning!
Azure Storm! I have no limits! Azure
Get on in there with
There! They smite!
Hold on to your heart!
Double Demon Fang!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
A whirling struggle!
Slot the shot!
Winds of heaven!
Soda!
First force!
Rising Falcon!
Getting stronger!
Switch up in here! Watch out! Pierce through!
The enemy is going all out! Ready!
Can't move!
With darkness!
From beyond, imbued and vanquished!
Here's the divine!
From beyond,
One more time!
imbued and vanquished soul with love!
Don't mind if I do!
I owe you one.
Magic is out!
I'll face you! Double Demon Fang! Into destruction! Demon Fang!
This isn't ideal.
In here!
I can feel the medicine.
No! Can't end it!
Raging Cascade! Sorry.
I owe you. Sonic Thrust! Try this! Blending Slash! Here I come! Severing Wing! Mirage! This one's all mine! You're mine! Very certain. I thought you were going to wreck the place. I'm not nearly finished yet.
Then I'll provide assistance however I can.
Shockwave Blast!
Raging Cascade!
It's this.
Magic is out!
Does it hurt?
Firmament Render!
Bestow thy mystic
Arrow
mercy!
Squall!
The
movie show... Sorry, a little kindness, huh?
She can handle it.
You can be really dense, though, Halim.
Rising water! The flame inside me yearns to be lengthened!
Ready to go!
Rising water!
regenerate! Light spear! Vacuum blade! My weary next! Double demon fang! Crush! Eternal devastation! Incineration wave! It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out!
Orochi Fury!
You get the jet.
Double demon fang!
This is some punishment.
I'll bring you back. Hold on.
You may be strong, but I'll never back down! Now I can let loose! Elusive deity! Crush! Eagle Wave! Can't move! Azure Storm!
Don't mind if I do.
Demon Fang! Double Demon Power!
Where that came from? Here's a healing art.
This one's all mine!
Captain,
Demon Fang!
hold on to your art. Here I come.
Destruction!
Demon
Eternal
Blah,
devastation!
blah, blah. Holy Land, heal!
Elusive deity! Rotating pile! Double Demon Fang!
Lightning
Demon Fang! Double Demon...
We've almost got it beat.
It's getting weaker.
Burn! Cure! Demon Fang! Double Demon! Double Demon! Fang! Seismic Rupture! Azure Storm! Demon Fang! Rising Warper!
Don't mind if I do.
Be
Watch
still!
yourself.
Rising
It's
Falcon!
incredible power.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
My pride was my downfall.
I still got some fight left in me.
Not done yet! On your knees!
Lightning orb! First aid! Banana, let's go! Thunderblade! If you get the jet, Holy Land!
Azure Storm! Double Demon Fang!
1,000 gales, tear you to
Destruction!
shreds! Good for now!
Engulfs you! Take this!
Blah, 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 magic! Holy Land!
Azure Storm!
Chain between heaven and
Double
earth!
Demon
You get the
Pistol!
jet!
Crush!
Goodbye!
Not today!
You get the jet! Air
Elusive deity! Launch myself!
Do it!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
We work well together.
Here
Like a
goes!
finely timed waltz.
Not on my watch!
Double Demon Fang!
Hit!
Crush!
One!
It's wide open!
It
Double
won't
Demon
escape
Fang!
me.
Burn!
Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block! No way!
Looks like the little guy had a trick up its sleeve.
There's always something bigger and slimier.
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Is this it?
Break this night.
Demon Land! Supernova! By the power of water!
Breath of life.
Heal! Resuscitation! Get on in there with the others!
Azure Storm! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
Negative beam! Lightning condemned!
Move around them! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Azure Storm! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Vanquish darkness!
Coyote one!
Instant!
Megasonic Thrust! Dragon Form!
It looks like you got covered.
Try this! Blending Blast!
Here goes!
Shine. Radiant light.
Azure Storm!
Don't mind if I do.
Double Demon Fang!
Take to the blade.
Try harder!
The
I'll
everlasting
bring you back
darkness.
from death's abyss.
Azure
Negative
Storm!
Reflect
Double Demon!
They might with black
I still got some fight left in me. Healing
Azure!
I don't know what to
Raging
do without you.
Demon Fang!
There you go! Don't let up! Air drop!
Shockwave Blast!
Captain Swirl! Here's another!
Azure
I'll heal
Storm!
you all!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Healing circle!
Okay,
Heal my weary companion.
Can't move!
Seismic rupture! Engulf you! Nail the abyssal fear of the path! Dragon swarm! Imbue demon path! Resuscitation!
Freeze laser!
Azure storm! Demon storm!
Raging
Rain of storm! Try harder!
Magic is out!
Azure storm!
It's the thing!
There! Double demon fang! Now!
Sorry.
While it's reeling!
Take it down!
Take this!
Freeze laser!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Here, let me help.
Thanks! Orochi's Fury! Pierce through! This one's all mine! Burn in hell!
A scream. The big one's up to something.
I don't want to know what else it has in store.
Let's smash it to pieces before it can show us.
Quite.
I'm not done! Tear!
Freeze laser!
Rising Phoenix!
Lunar blast! Don't mind if I do. Here's a healing arc.
Double demon fang! This one!
None shall escape my
Try harder!
Dance on the wind.
Double demon fang!
Ready to go.
Resonate with the
I'll bring
earth.
you back from death to
Show
this.
thy mystic mercy.
Resuscitation! Thank you for the healing, Dovaline.
Our comrades need our ability to survive.
Right. No one is dying on our watch.
Orochi's Fury!
Burning strike! I still have the fight left in me. Card now through all resuscitation! I'll be You're mine!
Orochi's Fury! Double demon fang! Rising Wyvern! Stardust! Miranda!
Burning Holy Land! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Divine resuscitation!
Not done yet!
Mega Ray!
Wind!
Send the champion world!
Lunar Rondo!
Here goes!
Mirage! Dragon Swarm! Pierce through!
Arc reveal!
Blending Blast!
It's the sixth.
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! I'll bring you back from death to this! 1,000 gales tear you to shreds! Radiant pierce!
Azure Storm! Demon
Not
Fang!
on my watch!
Double defense! All mine! Destruction! Elusive Devastation! You're mine!
Flame of Fury!
Not today!
Raging lunar storm! Cyclone! Dance
Rising Wyvern! This should do it!
Raging Cascade!
Double demon fang!
Sorry,
Wind! Water Astral Air
Double demon
A
fang!
whirling struggle!
Demon fang! Raven Psyche! You're to be one free! Ignite!
Amazing! Not long to go now. We couldn't have done it without you. Thanks. Come on. Let's see if you get in there and finish this fight.
can't move!
Feel. Let's get you all. Thank you. So,
I only did what any other would.
I think you're nicer than you let on. A wind! Air thrust! A chain between heaven and earth.
Double demon fang!
Divine
Demon fang! Double demon fang!
Negative gate.
Azure Storm! This one's all mine! That's just destruction! Not today!
Resuscitation.
Vacuum blade!
I can't move.
Demon fang! Double demon fang!
Raging Blade! Reload! Right! Air thrust!
Consider yourself finished!
All right.
Sure.
All right!
Uh-huh.
Huh? What?
Oh, wow!
You dummy!
Good grief.
Ugh, I feel so gross and sticky after that fight.
Tell me about it. We better hurry and get a bath and laundry going ASAP. A fish! You saw it. Great! Yes! Where should I cast my line? Now where might those fish be?
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Good.
Oh!
Good grief.
We have truly borne witness to a striking example of female determination this day.
Yeah, you said it.
We finally made it.
A fish! You saw it too, right?
Great! Why?
Yeah.
You... And then she has to come along and...
Hey, you're looking a little red there. You working up a fever, or...?
You dummy!
What did I do?
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Well, it's the moment of truth.
This lady better hold together once we're up in the air.
Law, don't say that! You're going to jinx us!
Speaking of which, Alphen, this bucket of bolts got a name?
A name? You know, I'm not sure she ever had one. I never really thought about it.
Well, after all the trouble we went through to find her, we should give her one, right? I was thinking something like...
Fall Knights.
Huh?
It means owl in the ancient tongue. Literally, the one drawn to the skies.
I like it. Sounds perfect for our little escapade.
Not sure I'm completely convinced, but... Well, it's as good a name as any. From now on, she'll be known as the Fall Knights.
Okay, people. We have two goals. First, we need to get to Lenegis and make the Renans finally leave Dana alone. And then, we need to figure out the truth behind Shionne's thorns and find a way to save her. Sound good? All right, then let's go.
You know, I can still hardly believe it.
Believe what?
I mean, just look at it. The whole of existence, crammed inside a tiny frame.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. It does look more like a painting than a living, breathing world.
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so insignificant.
Nothing like realizing how small you are to put everything into perspective. Kinda makes the differences between the Renans and the Danans feel pretty small too, huh?
How much longer until we reach Lenegis?
There are better ways to use your time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facilities on board before arrival.
Good idea. The starship may end up serving as our base of operations once we're down there. Think you'll be all right with the controls?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot? I dare say I'll manage. I'm basically just here to supervise.
In that case, she's all yours.
Everything okay, Shion? You seem a little different.
Different? Like in a bad way different?
No, not at all. You seem more driven lately, like you found a zest for life. It suits you.